Shalom, shalom and welcome. My name is Symmanayah. If you're tuning in for the first time, let's get started. This message for today, let me first say thank you, Almighty Father Yahuah. I come to you in the name of Yahusha, thanking you for those who are able to watch and listen and possibly gain some encouragement from this message. We take Deuteronomy 8:3 for granted. We look at the literal and that's it. We don't realize that each day we live by the word of the Almighty Father Yahuah. His word gives us life. It is through Yahusha HaMashiach, which is his word. Yahusha means his word. It doesn't mean Trinity. Let's get started. This message is hear and listen. There is so much excitement and anticipation going on about listening and hearing. In other words, people want to have content to give, things to say. There's more energy put into talking, presenting, being a content creator, a media person, being a teacher and set of partners, than it is listening. And with that said, the results are we are running behind when it comes to wisdom and understanding. We can get that from the Almighty Father. But how many of us hear the words of another, but don't listen to what that person is saying? How many of us interchange hearing and listening and think they mean the same? Some of us do, some of us don't. So I say to you, my brothers and sisters, whether we look at them as the same or look at it as one that just hear the sound of one talking, but not really listening to what they say, let's change that. Let's get wisdom and understanding. Let me read something to you, my brother, my sister. Let me read something. Proverbs 4:5. And I'm reading from the scripture version of eSword. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, do not forget, and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. This is Yahuah speaking through his servant who wrote Proverbs. And that servant is believed to be Solomon. But nevertheless, let me also read Matthew 11:15 says, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. Let him hear. Do you know we have natural and literal ears, but we also have spiritual ears, just like we have spiritual eyes. Yahuah, let me read Luke 8:18. It says, therefore take heed to how you hear. For whoever possesses, to him more shall be given. And whoever does not possess, even what he thinks he possesses, shall be taken from him. Yahuah, my brothers and sisters, end times are here. I echo it, I repeat it often in my messages. What do you think the tasks are for you? For me, for us? We must begin to ask questions, seek answers, seek to discern what Yahusha has to say about a matter. Let us grow in understanding that the Almighty Father Yahuah speaks to us, through us, one towards another. It requires us to be able to examine what's being said, to hear what's being said, to listen, and to render a verdict or a judgment. Whether it's good or bad, it needs to be correct. And if it's bad, it needs to be purged, released from among us. Or, in some cases, we come away from it. Hear and listen, my brothers and sisters. Next time you get into a conversation with a friend, ask them, what do you think I just said? How did you understand what I just said? How did you interpret what I just said? And ask them to repeat back, not word from word what you said, their understanding of what you said, to see if you're on the same track. You see, when we assemble together, so many of us sometimes just do a lot of talking. And sometimes what one word means to one person may mean something else to another. So I say to you, O Yahusha, begin asking the person, what do you get out of that? And especially if you're in an assembly and there's a teacher speaking to the assembly, pastor, moray, teacher, deacon, or just a strong individual. Examine what's being said. What do you hear them saying? Ask them. If you get a chance to have conversation with them, have a conversation. Say, were you saying this? Or it seemed like you were saying this. I got this from that. That brings correction, my brothers and sisters. And with correction, unity comes. For unity will come during these end times and is working as the discipline of the Almighty Father, Yahuah, refines us, makes us whole. Yahusha, O Yahusha, let us praise the Almighty Father for having the ability to hear and listen and grow in wisdom with understanding. Truly troubling times are coming. They're already here for some. And I say to you, my brother, my sister, when we are shaken, when we are overwhelmed, we desire comfort. Comfort will come in understanding what must be done, what is being done, and what needs to be done, and so much more. Yahusha, my brother, my sister, we are alive today, given another opportunity to magnify He who gives us life, the Almighty Father Yahuah. And through His word, Yahusha, we lift up so that all men may see the desires of the Almighty Father. I say to you, my brother, my sister, I pray you're doing okay. I pray that you have the strength to press on, to navigate through the challenges we face. And someday, before Yahusha returns, some of us will meet. Hear and listen, my brothers and sisters. Let us understand its value. Let us recognize what must be done. Shalom.